against Colorado. Wasn't surprising, but here's what happened. They created a roster spot. They optioned Nick Williams, 25, spent all last year in the majors. He's not played a game for the Iron. Unbelievable. So Nick Williams, okay? The hope was that Williams could thrive as a pinch hitter. He was 10 for 28 last year, but he hasn't been doing it this year. 3 for 24, 11 for 61 overall. So look, not a good thing. Okay, big decrease in playing time. He's better off playing every day. But I'm saying Kingery, don't forget, 13 for 32, 6 extra base hits when he had that hamstring. Boy, he's gonna. I think he's got a chance to get some playing time. Miguel Franco is just not doing it, and Franco, who just doesn't have a plan when he comes up to bat, is not a favorite of the manager. Okay, Gabe Kapler, Josh Bell. What can I tell you? Everybody in this chat room knows I've been preaching Josh Bell since the beginning of spring training. I took him in labor. Hitting 18 for 40. We all know about it. He's 30 for 73 with 8 homers and 25 RBIs in his last 18 games. Joe Musgrove, who grew up in San Diego, okay, pitched well enough to survive a real rough 7th inning. Colin Moran had a 3-run homer and 4 RBIs. The Pirates won 6-4. He took a shutout into the 7th inning, and then the Padres got some runs. Renfroe hit a 3-run homer. And you mentioned Cal Quantrill. He was recalled to make that spot start, his third spot start of the year. 5 runs, 8 hits. There you go. All together now, all right? Led by Only Toledo once again. A rookie is a rookie is a rookie. There you go. So they had rain, the whole thing. Renfroe's 11th home run got him within 1 run, okay? And they optioned Margavicius because nobody could pronounce his name. They said, hey, you're going to AAA, okay? Quantrill has allowed 1, 2, and 5 runs in the first inning of his 3 major league starts. The opposition is 11 for 18, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run in the first inning. Sunday took him 39 pitches. Another pitcher. So many pitchers in baseball this year just can't get through the first. So maybe they should be part of the opener and coming in the second inning. Do you think that would make a difference? There are a couple of pitchers who really struggle in the first inning. I will ask you, if they come in the second inning, you think that's going to make a difference, or is that still their first inning, right? You know what I'm saying? So if they come in the second inning, is that going to get their first inning stuff over, or does it make a difference since it's still their first inning? Am I making any sense? If I am, you better listen to a different podcast, okay? Now, here's something that excites me. All right. I'm afraid to say it, okay? There's a player who has 84 home runs and 70 stolen bases to start since the start of 2015. There's only 7 players who have more than 84 home runs and 70 stolen bases, and they're pretty good. Altuve, Betts, Yelich, Trout, Blackmon, Goldschmidt, and Lindor. Okay? And they've all played at least 100 more games than this fella. Okay? Who's the fella that I'm talking about? Right? Who am I talking about? 84 home runs, 70 stolen bases since the start of 2015. And the only other players to do it are potential Hall of Famers, okay? All right? Who is it? Who am I talking about? I'll give you a clue. I shouldn't ever talk about him again, all right? But whoever he is, he's having the worst stretch of his career. And it's not the first time he's had a bad stretch. And really, I have him, and he's really hurt. You know, once again, he's killing me. But I stick with him. And I don't know, is that stupid? He's trying to be selective. I'm not telling you who it is, all right? You tell me who I'm talking about. He's trying to be selective. He's got almost a 30% chase rate, down 4 points from last year, but only slightly higher than he did in 2013 through 2017. But over the last week, he swung at just 13 of 48 pitches outside the zone, so that's about 28%. It's not Ian Desmond, okay, but it could be Ian Desmond. But this guy, I think he's coming back. 28% down from, his swing rate outside the strike zone. Tim Sawyer is here. It's not Tim Sawyer. It's not Marte. Come on, you guys. You know who my favorite player is. One of them. All right. So he's played 342 batting average in balls in play, is the 33rd highest in the majors and 16th in the National League, and he's still stinking up the joint. All right. Long time no see. My apologies. What's up, gang? Tim, just hope you can get the sound. Will Myers, I'm talking about. Will Myers. So, he's in the batting cage, they say. People look for him in the clubhouse after the game. He's never there. Where is he? He's in the batting cage. So, look, we know he's trying. He's trying new stuff, trying to be more selective. Let's see what happens. Will Myers, jump on the bandwagon. The Rangers rallied for 2 runs in the 10th. They won for the 4th time in 5 games. The Cardinals dropped their 5th straight series. The Cardinals haven't won a consecutive games since they took 5 in a row from April 27th to May 1st. Jack Flaherty, 2 runs, 4 hits. Sin-Chu Chu, he's hitting the ball, man. Led off the first with a home run. Drew Smiley, who sought his first win since 2016. Don't forget he had Tommy John, so we'll give him that. So, look, Harrison Bader started all 3 games in center because it's a DH, right? His batting average rose from 205 to 259. So, let's see what happens. Harrison Bader. And also, Alex Reyes has successfully recovered from, all this stuff. So he was a member of the opening day bullpen, returned to AAA. So he'll be pitching. He'll be getting back together. He's back working to build his arm strength. And Washington, bad start by Jeremy Hellickson. What could you say? He buried the Nationals. One of his worst outings in a very disappointing year. The Cubs had 4 runs, scoring once in the first. Kyle McGowan, that's one of Andy's boys. He pitched the whole year in Arizona Fall League without walking anybody. And Andy jumped all over him. Hellickson, 2-3 with a 6 ERA. Well, I got the hiccups. Sorry. So not a good start. And Hellickson, I jumped him. I'm going to have to do something with Hellickson. Okay. And moving over to the American League, Baltimore and Cleveland, Carlos Santana had an RBI single in the first, led off the third. 7th homer, they took 3 out of 4 from Baltimore, who's lost 9 out of 11, and has allowed a league-leading 94 home runs. 94 home runs. Bieber had 15 strikeouts, okay? Had a great game. Stewart. Keep an eye on DJ Stewart putting himself back on the radar. He could be the next big prospect after these guys who we've been on this weekend. First round pick from 2015. He entered Sunday batting .487, 5 homers, 6 doubles in 12 games. So he was hitting 200. He's now hitting 293. Keep an eye on DJ Stewart. Get him now while the going is good. Cedric Maxwell, also back in AAA to regain his swing. Had a rough start. There's plenty to like about this kid. Plenty to like. Renato Nunez, who pulled his average above 300, a 2-hit day, April 24th. Then he went 6 for 65. Michael Chavis, as we go to Boston, he saw a kid in the stands, acknowledged him, then hit a home run. Big deal. All right, so there you go. Boy, oh boy. So the Red Sox, Fangraphs puts their probability of making the playoffs 76.2. And Cora made a decision to pull Sale in the 6th after 106 pitches to bring in Walden, and it worked pretty good. Walden now leads the staff with 6 wins and has a 1.37 ERA in 16 appearances. Matt Barnes is their relief ace now. navigated the eighth, and Brandon Workman finished it off for his first career save. The White Sox, for the second consecutive game, a young Sox pitcher did not have his best command. And look, Luis Giolito credited with a complete game, but he wasn't in top form, even by his own admission. Ronaldo Lopez, 6 strong innings, 1 run, 4 hits. He gave up Billy McKinney's homer in the third. He struck out only 1, but had his 6th quality start. Very dangerous. If you're looking for some stolen bases, Luis Garcia, Sunday was his 37th game batting leadoff, okay? And he's been stealing some bases, so keep an eye on him. All right? And there you go. And by the way, Vlad, he has a future, this kid. He homered Friday and again on Sunday. And we'll see. We'll talk a little bit more about Vlad when we get to Toronto. Yohan Moncada was hit in the left knee by Trent Thornton, and after he walked, he stayed gingerly to first. He stayed in the game. Yonder Alonso still upset that Machado didn't sign with the White Sox. He's his cousin or something. Went 0 for 4. He's batting 181. Boy, if Machado was on this team, you think he'd be talking to him? I have no idea. Nicky Delmonico sent to AAA. They're waiting for Jimenez to return. Clevenger strained muscle in his upper back. He threw 35 pitches in a bullpen session on Saturday. He's expected to increase his workload, so he'll be back sooner than expected. And like I said, Shane Bieber never struck out 15 batters in any game, even in Little League. Nothing, okay? Detroit, every game they play an hour after it's just bad. It only rains on the Tigers. So with the suspension, the Tigers' 6-game losing streak remains intact, okay, until they finish the game. The stats don't count until the game is over. The Astros are slugging .511 for the year. That's the best slugging percentage for a season all time. It's .491. So they're hitting .511 slugging. George Springer in the month of May, 25 hits, 9 walks, 20 runs, 8 homers, and 7 strikeouts. And by the way, if I didn't tell you who has the most multi-hit games, it's Michael Brantley. The Astros are now 100 games over 500 since opening day 2017. Nobody else, no other team is within 20 of that. And the run differential in that period of time is .552, and Cha-Cha has joined the crowd. Good morning to Cha-Cha, back from his trip to Arizona. There you go. Later, White Sox out. There you go. When will they call Pivetta? He's got to show that he belongs. That's right. All right? Thank you, Brooks. Take care. Take a look at that stock market. But don't have breakfast first because you'll lose it. Carlos Correa, home run off Chris Sale, went about 450 feet. Second longest home run Sale is allowed, and that was tracked by StatCast. Okay? So there you go. Kansas City, the Royals snapped a 4-game losing streak. They avoided being swept in a 3-game series against the Angels. Danny Duffy, who grew up about 3.5 hours from Lompoc, California, he had a cheering section. He pitched good. He gave the Royals a quality start for the 3rd time in the last 5, so he is pitching good. He mixed a fastball that ranged 91 to 95, mixed that with a sharp slider, an occasional slow curve, and a changeup. I'll tell you, Danny Duffy, if he's available. Skaggs came into the game having posted a career ERA, a best career ERA, any Major League pitcher against the Royals. So he would dominate the Royals. One of the side effects, by the way, of Nicky Lopez playing for the Royals is that he's gonna bat second. Mondesi is gonna bat third. With Merrifield and Lopez sitting in front of Mondesi, that should create so many more chances for Mondesi to knock him in. And I'll tell you something, along with leading the American League in stolen bases, triples, Mondesi's 36 RBIs ranked 3rd in the American League and tied for 7th in the majors. 4 of his 6 triples have come with runners on base. He's tied for the most multi-hit games in the American League with 15. So he hasn't. Here's the key. You got to make sure that he doesn't change his approach. Okay? There you go. Just flew in. That's it. He's done. Adios, amigo. Good to see Cha-Cha back. All right, so Mondesi tied 10th highest RBI ratio among American League hitters, with an RBI every 4.9 at-bats. Mike Trout, 250 home runs, 195 stolen bases in his last 9 games.